mom, my dad, the entire family has worked tirelessly to make sure my sister is completely exonerated, and we're not stopping.
That has been the family's rallying cry and response since hearing the news of 28-year-old Tkia Bevily getting a new trial following her conviction.
We want true justice for Jurayah, and we want justice for Tkia. We want Tkia to be completely exonerated from the accusations that's been against her, the wrongful accusations against her. And we want Jurayah to be receiving the justice that she deserves.
As the family awaits for that new trial, they say they will continuously fight for their daughter to come home.
My biggest thing is her being reinstated on the $1 million bond and coming back home and being with her family that so deeply miss her.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Cruelly All Things. All stories covered on this channel is information researched from the internet or social media. I absolutely mean no disrespect to the victims, families, or friends that are affected during or after this video. So before I start the video, I want to give my condolences to the Smith family, and I also want to give a quick trigger warning that this does involve a minor. Alright, so the story starts October of 2017. In Port Gibson, Mississippi. At the time, Tkia Bevily is 24 and her husband, Morris Bevily, is 25. She is a nurse. He is a teacher. They've been married for just under a year and a half. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because the victim, 14-month-old Jurayah Smith, is a product of a one-time encounter between Mr. Morris and her birth mother, Jurayah Smith. That is what the prosecution used as the motive behind this crime. So a key part of the interrogation is Tkia and Morris do not have the same story when it comes to who had baby Jurayah the day before, who picked her up since it was Morris's weekend, but they do agree that baby Jurayah was with them when they went to visit Morris's mother in the hospital. They leave the hospital and they both go and pick up food. And then they go home. Once they get home, the stories realign. They both agree that Morris takes Jurayah and lays her in her crib, which is only a few feet away from their master bedroom. He then goes to get in the shower while Tkia takes care of their 6-month-old Audrey. So once he gets out the shower, she then decides to take a shower. They switch baby Audrey between the two of them. And when she comes back from the shower, she informs Morris that Jurayah is making a few noises in her crib, like she had done a little cough. So they go to sleep about 11 and they wake up at about 5 or 5:30. And that is because the biological mother, Jurayah Smith, is there to pick up Jurayah since it is Sunday morning. It is also reported that the biological mother is the one who found Jurayah deceased in the crib. So they were able to get the initial autopsy 2 days after Jurayah was found deceased. However, Morris and Tkia were not charged officially until 18 months after Jurayah's death. And the reason why is because the county of Claiborne crime lab is so far behind on cases, which I absolutely find ridiculous. Also, the sheriff's department did not officially charge them because they wanted to make sure that the initial autopsy and the full autopsy had Jurayah's same cause of death. They did continue to investigate because they were considered suspects. They just were not charged because they were waiting on the full autopsy. So once they get the full autopsy, they charge both Tkia and Morris with capital murder, where they turned themselves in 2019. And then in 2021, January of 2021, Tkia stood trial, where she was convicted and she was sentenced to life without parole. So with the help of her family and friends, as well as her legal team, she was actually granted a new trial in September of 2021. And the reason she was given a new trial is because Juror number 24 was found to be Jurayah Smith's great uncle. So the clip I played y'all in the beginning is what her family has been doing since the conviction in 2021. They've done media, they've been on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just spreading awareness. They have a campaign going called I Stand with Tkia, in order to spread awareness because they feel like she was falsely convicted. So one of the main reasons that the family feels like she is falsely convicted is because of the autopsy that took the 18 months to come back. So in her 2021 trial, the forensic pathologist, Dr. Nickel, who was not the original pathologist on the case, testified that baby Jurayah had brain swelling. She had 5 separate injuries to her head. She had a fractured skull, and she was bleeding, which is what he attributed to her death. He also testified that some of those injuries were healing, which means those injuries could have been given to her days, if not weeks, before her actual death. So this now brings us to present day. Tkia's new trial began as of March 2nd of 2022. So you will definitely see some hashtags that are floating around that say, I stand with Tkia. You'll definitely be seeing some hashtags that say justice for Jurayah. So what I do find interesting is the hashtag I stand with Tkia also mentions justice for Jurayah while she's currently on trial for Jurayah's murder. I just find it a little bit strange. What do you guys think about the case? What do you guys think about the pathologist findings from the 2021 case? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I am out.